Hello and welcome back to the Era Thunderdome. We're on day 3 of this campaign, and so far, it's looking promising. It's looking pretty promising. We are above the cut line right now, so as long as nothing dramatic changes, we shouldn't get knocked out. Let's zoom all the way out and let that fog of war just peel on back. We have recently discovered around the world in 80 days. We're only missing a single province to actually properly connect the cloud cover. But we've grown quite a lot. We managed to take Addis Ababa and Abraminch yesterday, cementing us into 6 cities with 1, 2, 3, 4 capitals. Huge plays. And I believe we've been in a war with Venezuela, but they haven't actually done anything. Meanwhile, Cherokee has been sailing catapults and spearmen across the sea. And we recently took a big fight up here that we're just sort of healing up from at the moment. Shooting at scouts as well. You know what? I probably shouldn't shoot scouts. I should just attack them. Because if you catch a scout in combat, it can't retreat. It can retreat from tribals, but I don't believe it can retreat from an actual army. Sounds like every Roman emperor after Augustus. Trying to beat emperor playing peacefully is much harder than going aggressive, taking a few capitals. I mean, there ain't no doubt that the capitals have helped. Can I catch you? You know, I bet I could if I spaced my squad out. There was some discussion about whether or not we try to take Temelti. Right now, they have walls up. And I do not have any catapults. And the reason I don't have any catapults is because I have absolutely no materials. That is where we left off. We were trying to look at how do we grow our material problem, because we are material girls living in a material world, and it is causing some serious issues. Naturally, I got to take this just to cut them off. It's also a good spot for us. Where, oh, where do we want to put your stuff? A little bit of extra money. You know what? Let's put it into the craft improvement. Ooh. I do love pigs. I do love big pig money. That has been our key. We've recently started building a bunch of these grain silos simply because I wanted the bonus to the farms that were nearby. Are they even going to be worth building? That's a bit of a hard debate. But we'll get them cooking right now. Can you check right now? Do you have one non-capital city? Oh, yeah. Gotrin is a non-capital city, and Aberystwyth is a non-capital city. Missing chairs will ruin the game. It makes it way harder. Nah, we'll be okay. I mean, most of our cities have chairs because the computer made them, and then we stole them. Eventually, we're gonna get a trade good. I ain't quite sure when that is, but one of these days, we ought to get ourselves a trade good. Do some trading. All right. These guys have dealt with the attack over there. We do have settlers in the north, but I don't really think it's an issue. Those scouts just double move? I reckon they did. Okay, we're going to move some units up and at least start raiding Temelty for goods. This is a wonder. They do have the Colossus of Rhodes. Our guys become stronger when they're on the attack as well, because we are an aggressive civilization. Ignoring the significant Great Hearth bonus yields is that on high difficulty levels, the AI cities have lots of buildings already when you capture them. Yeah, but they're always so badly placed. It's a trade-off that I'm not sure if it's good or bad yet. Assyrian. So the Assyrians have just marched a ton of catapults into my territory. I'd be lying if I didn't say that makes me a little nervous. I need to gather these mandrakes. We also desperately need food, which has to be fixed out there. Most recently, we just built a watchtower, pumping us up to 75 strength here. So any new armies we have to summon are quite strong. Where is the silk coming from here? This is the other grain store we just built. Real talk, which one of these is meant to be silk? It says I'm getting 3 a turn from this location, but it doesn't say why. Even though the AI cities are poorly laid out, the extra buildings help produce a lot of stuff when you slowly reconfigure them. Yeah, and you do get access to things that you don't necessarily have. Like, I got a lot of early weavers because of that, which were helpful in certain regards. Less helpful in others, but this workshop is also on top of silk. One per one. But I guess I'm going to have to get rid of you. Because it's hard to turn down that silk. We've recently picked up salt here. We need to start expanding north and setting up stone pits. I have a nice 5-slot location here. So there is a bit of a question of, do I want to build something in it? And if so, what do I want to build? Currently, I also have a lumber camp in the capital here. That definitely should go. Because I'll probably relocate this dwelling into the capital and then leave that triple slot for a wonder. Boy, howdy. I could put a water well in here, except I can't currently. For right now, I'm just literally going to build boats. What do we have here? We've got a workshop here. We've got plantations, apothecaries, and dwellings. My dude here is still trying to chase. It's really being ineffective for him. I think if he has arrows, he doesn't have to chase. He'll just do that damage. So right now, that seems to be the best choice for that. Nottingham doesn't seem to be an issue for us at the moment. But I'm going to keep these guys back on a bit of defense for the meantime. Just to play it safe. There's our scholarship, getting us access to books. Legions and diamond formations. Or I guess diamond formations. As well as schools. So we can start looking at tech. We need one more technology. I think we're going to have to do two. I think I'm going to have to take both milling and candles. I think that's going to have to be our plan. This city ain't got a crazy lot of stuff happening right now. It has a couple of these double materials slots. And it also has this province that I want it to be all blacksmiths all the time. Which could absolutely use another blacksmith right now. I know I need more materials as well, but... Our alliance proposal, they said no. I have another weaver here. So we have a weaver making fabric, a weaver making tunics, and this one is meant to make garments for us for sure. Probably using those tunics and I suppose wealth. It's pretty good bonuses off of garments. And that is all three of my weavers in one location next to a palace and a dwelling, which is for sure not gonna last. I'm stacking my apothecaries together here as well, but what I really need to do is stack in some more farms. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible city planning. Dwelling, a lighthouse, and a stone pit. That's where the food is, though. $200% of the yield is applied towards harvest production, so that'd be like 6 food a turn. But I would get such bad results from doing that. Honestly, this is not a good spot for this apothecary if that's the case. I'd be better off building all the food here next to this altar. We'll figure out somewhere else for the apothecaries to go. Can I pillage the Colossus of Rhodes? Sure could. Ain't that something to think about? Are your walls destroyed? Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. I can march directly into his city? I don't know who did this, but somebody blew up their walls, and I am going to benefit from it. They are trying to take Abraminch. These guys have literally put an army in my city. I don't know what they're doing. Review what's using all your stone. If any crafting is using it, turning it off might help. For the materials, yeah. So I'm pretty sure there are quite a few places using our materials right now. I want to split these guys, but also I don't. But also, I really don't like the thought of leaving any city undefended. This is the biggest problem, is I can't just see what they're using. I have to individually click into every single one of them. I mean, they're only using one material, but I guess the other option is just money, so I have more money than I have everything else. Though not by a lot. I am starting to produce enough salt. I mean, it won't always work there, but it'll give a little bit of extra boost to those butcher shops. Swap out that on the Code of Laws. Give these guys some wine. That workshop has been damaged. Oh, yes. Yes, that's correct. I mean, I don't really need to make that many of these, so... Where are all the materials going? 17 into armed forces and 15 into crafting. Workshop 19 and 15. Making metal pots. And I tell you what, why don't we put you on Gears of War instead? Because we did just unlock this. Is that worth it? I don't really think it is. 3 and 5. Let's keep that one empty. Sorry, that guy who's making metal pots here. How many materials per turn is that using? 2. You're the plow guy. This guy. That uses 3 metal ingots a turn. No, 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 no. That's too many. Yeah, I'm going to have to leave that. More material rich than gold rich, so I do what Red Rum suggested. I mean, currently we're mostly timber rich, which is a bit of a weird mix, but you guys can take a shot at them and almost kill them. There is another catapult army coming down, so maybe I about face you right now. Back into the city. Just in case. I'm not going to put anything into that granary. Because I really don't need this much grain. I'm just using it to boost the farms in the area. So speaking of, we could boost farms down in Kagua. I am still kind of running a food deficit here, so yeah, honestly, that makes a lot of sense to me. I could also harvest that barley and just get more grain stores. Oops. Harvest that barley and get more grain stores. These guys brought in some army. Yeah, look at this. Inca showed up and was attacking them with catapults. And then I just strolled into the city. What is their army here? 1 cavalry, 2 archers, and I am 4 swordsmen. I don't know if I'm better off being in this attack. According to that, I will take no damage if I actually attack them. So perhaps that's the play to make. Assyrians up here are stressing me out. I actually just want in the capital there. Oh, yeah. That's a dramatic change. We won the war against Venezuela. These are 2 catapult and a bowman, so I'm probably better going off into melee combat with them. So that I don't just get absolutely gobbed with catapult rounds. I'm going to have you build more silk. You can consume more fabrics. This is the first time I've ever produced trade goods at such a quantity. Okay, my silk production is still 0.3, it says, so those guys are going to keep themselves busy forever. Time for some fish and chips, fighting in someone's house and causing havoc in people's streets. What, the British? I guess I'm just going to put these guys on fortify. They are a shield wall after all. I'm a little concerned that these guys are going to get back up. but I'm hoping they won't. My walls got absolutely dunked here. So we're going to fix them up lickety-split. And then the real question, I'm now realizing, 25 materials. I need 2 turns of materials. These are 10 health, 10 prosperity, and 15 health versus, say, garments, which are 10 health, 15 prosperity, and 15 happiness. Well, that's just better in every way. You guys are 10 food, prosperity, and happiness. But I don't really have a better option yet for how to fix you. I gotta try to not spend my materials so I can get a dock so I can start getting trade routes. Preserved food and the mill. And then I said we were going to pick up candles. I kind of want candles mostly for festivals at this point. The First Nation has entered the early Middle Ages. It is the Cherokee who I'm currently fighting. Well, that's never a great sign. But we're looking pretty comfy at the moment. Assyrians have completed the Hanging Gardens. We never could get the flowers for it. So we are going to begin our siege of this city. Which I've got the space to take. So I guess I'm taking it? It's got the Colossus of Rhodes in it, which I do want. Oh, here's a great question. The Incans have shown up. They, in fact, were the ones who sieged the walls. Will they beat me on the siege? Are we going to have a repeat of Constantinopolis?
Clay-covered potter exits a hut, shouting after an...
Ooh, these guys are really good for us. +2 relationship, +5 knowledge for 1 sculpting material. Yo, I have 116 sculpting materials. Nice. We're going to absorb that, which means we can also grow in that space. Sweeping into someone's city after someone else's hard work. Listen, they only showed up with siege equipment. I showed up with an army. Sure, they knocked down the walls, but I brought peace to the region. No way I'm going to get that library built, am I? Grab ourselves a research agreement. England still has close borders with us. I'm going to try again to open them. Spain also has close borders to us. I think the Assyrians are pretty much our only likely ally at this point. Thailand has shown up with a scout. Maybe they'll be given the siege. These homies can heal. In fact, we might as well fortify heal. No research agreement with Assyria. No borders with England. Irrigated farm. Complete. New irrigated farm for food en route. I am losing money. No money for docks. None of my apothecaries are in the same area as each other, which is extremely, extremely frustrating. Classic computer play. No, these two are actually. I'm a little bit wrong. So this is actually where all my tea leaves and mandrake should go. One for two. I won't always have mandrake juice. But while I do, I can use it. This region is actually not occupied at the moment, but I guess only because we just won the fight. Yeah, so they take this. I'm even ahead of them on prestige standings. I'm ahead of them on prestige standings. I have more troops than they do from the very beginning, and I'm the one who initiated the siege. I mean, this is the only option, right? They probably wrote their name on the stones that they lobbed into the city to claim that they were there first. Oh, my war weariness is so high. I'm curious, if I fortify right now, what happens? Will I get a boost? The city has completed another blacksmith. Arguably has room for a third. But they cost a lot of materials, and I am still bleeding materials, so we need to fix the material problem. What's up here? Elvigia, you have two. I have to do it up here. Stone pit. Mine. I desperately need material at this point. May have done that, but they're cuter, so they win. Wow. Not a Shaka Zulu stan, I see. Arena, Citadel, Academy, Acropolis, Temple of Bell, Bureaucracy. We got interrupted here, but not for long. What's cool about this is the moment I take the city, the war is over. And that should be very rapidly. We got access to more grain here. I've demolished that logging camp to make room for another dwelling because I'm going to need one soon. This place is definitely a little weird. I feel like this has probably got to be another food province. So I might as well start. Caracas, you built yourself that pit, which is making how much? 4.6 a turn. 5.8. 7 materials a turn. Okay, well, this solves most of my problem, does it not? Let's build a second mine. I do need more salt. I also love bonuses to iron mines because it increases build production in the city. You're making syrups. I have plows starting to come out. I also have gears starting to come out. I'm not quite making soap yet, but I will be very soon. Ooh, you guys are missing lots of good tasty stuff here. Ooh. I mean, you're a ways off of happiness, but not that much. That'll do for now, pig. Plows. At least somebody's making plows. That's additional iron. We're going to have a crazy blacksmithing industry going once we get it. Once we get it up and running, it's going to be good. Plow. I'm almost caught up on plows. I need 4 more plows at the moment. So now the next question comes. Somebody is making plows, right? Yes. Ah, this is good. I didn't actually realize you could swap these around like this. You're not really making enough salt or fish to expand those at all, but I think I am making enough pig. I most certainly am making enough pig that one can get expanded. And I'm definitely making enough sculpting material that can get expanded. Which means we can probably pull the cash off of that. Gathering halls are making strategy codexes and feasts. But I actually probably need to change some of that out in a moment. I'm producing enough grain that all of these can get boosted. Which means I can claw back 15 gold per turn. That's pretty huge. The Great Hearths. This is what I really want to look at here. Because I can start making festivals now. 50 city growth, 5 food, 10 happiness. They're just a souped up version of the feast. I can use exactly a cured meat. I could use the syrup. I'm going to overshoot if I do fabric, so the option is like to turn on wealth there instead and make a festival every 1 out of 5 turns. 1 every 4 turns. That's expensive, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Stellaris wasn't working for yours, or just era that fun? No, we're just trying to divvy things up a little bit. Show off a little of this and a little of that. It's all working for me. It's all vibing with me. Garments would go well in this city. It's kind of missing all of those key ingredients. So would food. But I ain't seen an easy place to throw that in, so. All right, what do we got? We got units idle here. Can we siege them? Sorry, I'm also, I suppose, not done this. You're making leather with materials and pigs. Sure. Oh man, I can't believe when you hit back, it takes you back to the city instead of back to the actual menu that you want to look at. Now, I could swap you out for decorative vases or baskets. Decorative vases would actually keep you even, though. The weavers need belts, which they don't know how to do, and the workshops. They're just all over the goddamn place. How much will that add? 25. I have a lot of metal ingots right now. If I wanted to use them somewhere, I certainly could. I've also clawed back a ton of cash, so why don't we boost gears so we're making 1 gear a turn. And I don't actually need that many more plows, so. All right, for right now, let's just stick with that. Late for barely an hour, suddenly a different game. Well, I'm really enjoying the Thunderdome. So I can't just let it sit idly by. All right, you're going up to Constantinople. The other guy is staying in Caracas. We are going to assimilate this city to force sea cap. Grapes, sheep, fish. I mean, it's hard to say no. We win the war. All of you, please fortify. Aberminch. You're doing okay on dwellings. You've got a slot in here, probably for garments. I'd be hard pressed not to give it to you. Considering your food, I'm going to have to keep building other food suppliers in there. This is a really bad spot for food, so this could be where the apothecaries go here. I'm also realizing unless I start destroying apothecaries, I cannot consolidate them. just so frustrating. You're going to start building sandals, of all things. I was going to build all three of the tanneries up here. What does this guy really need? If I can replace that feast and this grain store, let's replace this cured meat with a grain store, because he'll get a huge city boost. And then if we replace you with, oh, we don't have them yet, but the festival. I could make an argument for a logging camp in here. Also a mill. A mill would actually be a very good upgrade for there, because that's going to be all workshops and similar.
You have reached the early Middle Ages.
Huzzah! Unlocking the Empire government, which if we switch to gives us another city camp. 25 strength of land forces within your territory. 10 build production for all cities. Craft production to all improvements. But minus 10 production in every city. I could be wrong, but am I the second player in the early Middle Ages? 1, 2, 3. We're the third one. That's kind of funny. I didn't expect us to be riding ahead on that. Alchemy would give us access to things like soap. It would let all of our medicines and perfumes, as well as the classical garden of Suzu and fertilizer. It's really hard not to take alchemy. Feudalism. Harvest production in all cities. Security in all cities. Build production, siege defense, castles, elephants and knights. Stirrups, stained glass, heavy metal. Decorative arts gives us access to marble, which I think we do have access to over here. Oracles are religious units. Monasteries, the Censor, the Cologne Cathedral. Found religion, 300 prestige. 40 city security. Man, we gotta get our materials up. Crossbows and brewing. Access to berserkers and a monastery. Build production towards religious triumphs in all cities. Happiness and prosperity in all cities for each engineer and prophet. 4 texts to upgrade. I'm seeing alchemy, brewing, illuminated manuscripts. Maybe feudalism, but probably decorative arts. Let's start with alchemy. This is a new city. We'll start by fixing the walls. You've built a farm and a gathering hall here. That's going to need to be fixed. A ceramic shop, a trading post, and a butcher's shop in the capital. Okay. Demolish that butcher's shop. We've got silk stables, a hunting camp, and a workshop down here. Sheep, grapes, ceramics, and an apothecary. I hate the way the computer builds its cities. It is a true and literal nightmare. Like, they're like, oh, this province has 4 food. Why don't I build 0 farms in it? Let's do C-Force cap. Lost access to fish. Wow, a lot got raided. I mean, I was raiding a lot, but it's also because I did not think there was any chance of me being able to take most of these locations. So if we just build grain stores here, we can also probably throw on feasts, garments, metal pots, and what do we say, code of laws, just for a little security bump. That'll keep them busy. Every other nation has a diet of medicinal herbs. I do kind of feel like it that sometimes, don't it? I can make candles now, so I would like to make candles now. Tallow and food oil. Okay. We have so many pigs that soap should not be a problem. Empire gives us 9 city cap. Oh my god. But lower tax rates as well. Plus, you know, we lose all that knowledge and happiness. It's something to consider. I'm gonna start upgrading farms in some of these spots. Okay. This is a double silk farm. Do I need that much silk? Probably not. What do you use silk for other than fabric? Nothing. I'm just going to take this little 3 slot for right now. Oh, rope. Damn. Looks like I spoke too soon on the silk department. I don't know where all this rope is being made right now, but of course, this city is going to be full of new things to build. Does kind of feel like some extra plows would be nice right now. You know what? Actually, they don't have that many workshops. We'll get some candles cooking. Oh, workshops can also make candles. Good to know. Maybe some more gears? I do need a lot of gears right now. I do need a lot of metal gears. 1 every 5. Ceramics can start making glass and concrete. Silicates and material. Well, 1 every 2 turns for a ceramic shop is pretty good with me. That's being demolished. You somehow got access to an additional weaver, so now I have more than the actual normal amount of weavers. By quite a bit. I guess timber. Another ceramic shop here. I'd really like all these ceramic shops in one place. That gathering hall is being repaired.
The nations of the world become more connected.
That's impossible. The hanging garden has already been built. It literally got built 2 turns ago. So I don't know what they want from me there. These guys are coming back in, but the war is over in 3 turns and I have walls, so I'm just going to start shooting them the moment they land. You guys are positive in most things. I'm just going to have you keep making me more materials. For now. Docks. I can finally build my northern docks. I don't know if I'm going to need to explore that cloud to actually open up the trade route, but I'm really hoping I don't. These guys land with 36, and they got catapults coming in behind. Let's start giving them hell. I mean, what I need is materials, so why not just start pumping these guys up? How come that guy's making 9 and you're only making 6? You're exactly the same. Here come my walls. But the war is won. We lost a workshop and some walls. They lost a ton of troops and arguably a city. Sort of depends on how you look at it, but you can, I guess, take this spot. And we can finally let our war weariness go down from 7. Sweet Jiminy Crickets. All right, this city wall says it is complete, even though it's glitched out pretty bad there. We're just going to let it do its thing. You guys are actually doing okay for land right now. Why don't I grab this double fish region? Oh, and you should absolutely be making salt, not food. Who put him in charge? Okay, I have a shield wall, a phalanx, and a wedge. I'm going to move the wedge up here. I'm going to move the phalanx back here. The shield wall can stay put. And we continue to grow. It's a lot of war weariness, yeah. Candle's not tasting so good. Do we crash? Please stand by. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Research complete. I guess it's saved despite crashing. Perfume, soap, medicine, fertilizer, chemists, which are upgraded apothecaries. And the classical gardens of Suzu, which costs a crazy amount of fertilizer, but he's so good, it's stupid. 10 knowledge and prosperity in all cities. For each activist, paragon, etc., etc., etc. Let's just swoop the world over. So, I think brewing makes sense. This city has finally done its repairs. Minus 32 food. Okay. Okay. Minus 32 food and kind of hates everything. We're going to have to give you some cured meat. We're going to have to move that ceramic shop for certain. 6 of 8. God, the computer sucks at building. Like, just embarrassingly bad at it. All right, what am I building here that's of value? I'll take bonus fish. I'll take bonus fish, kill that one, and give me the docks for the extra city production. So this city has recently, I believe, just made more farms. And we expanded into this 3 slot. You know. Oh no, ceramics are 8. What is 6? Bakeries have 6. I'm going to build 3 bakeries here? It seems kind of foolish. Thing is, if I built bakeries in a 4 slot and then gave them a mill, they'd also get an extra 25% bonus to production. Meanwhile, I could do things like build a barracks in this 3 slot. Try to do getting some of these quality of life stats up a little bit. And give us some bonuses from that instead. Choo 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 choo. We'll go with fish money. We'll go with that fish money. In my kingdom of butcher shops, I've recently picked up more fish. So I can boost both of these. Have I also picked up more salt? I have. Almost 0.4, so I'm willing to do that. So my butcher shops are actually... I have 4 butcher shops and they're all on max capacity. Which feels great. Don't zoom in. You guys are ready for almost 2 more blacksmiths here. Ceramic shop is a big one for me because it's like, what am I doing with all these dweebs? 1 for 1, 1 for 1. Glass and concrete. They're all spread out in ways that I don't like. All right, we're good. Bad times is just a drinking game whenever the computer builds something bad. I mean, it would be a disaster. For me, at least. I'm a man who gets drunk off of 1 beer, so... I no longer have the stamina of my youth. You have 5 security. You have this great 5 slot here where I could, for example, build a bunch of stuff. You should build the docks right here, though. Even if it's kind of a garbage spot. Also, is this docks done building? Next turn. Okay.
Speaker for the tribe.
This is tribe by Spain. I'm going to take 5 build production for 20 turns in my capital. You're going to fortify there, my little homie. You guys are almost done. The Mongols are going to get wiped out, and we're just going to be able to swoop on in there. Which does actually mean I need a scout. $50 materials to build a scout? Are you for real? Where are you? Ooh, 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 ooh. How long is that going to take for you to go? Okay. If you insist. There's an island up there. Ooh. Interesting. Mill flat craft production bonus, not a percentage. I'm not sure. Flat bonus craft production at each industry improvement. It's still pretty good though. Like 10 production is nothing to scoff at. Is it better though than like a 25%? It's hard to say. You guys have built your dock. At last. Your dock. You might as well build a firm. Please, sir. Please. Please give me a trade agreement. Oh, I beg of you, Assyrian Empire. Please trade with my seaports. I am so desperate. I will give you so much stuff. Oh, no. No. Why? Why will nobody trade with me? I have goods. I swear. I know that you all hate my guts. But I promise you I have things you might want. Soon I'll have soap. Then you'll all be sorry. Oh, man. What are you building? Well, you're short on food still. That's just a tannery? Oh, my God. Okay, so that tannery should get replaced with something like a water well. My 3 weavers are all boosted. I could boost those plots. I have 4 additional plows. I know I got places that need them. Mostly in the west. You're actually doing pretty good with that tea. All right, well, whatever. Just throw them anywhere then. I forgot that all of these mines can be upgraded. That's why they were all so bad. It's a stone pit in the Capitol building? So weird. How many gears do I have? 2? Logging camps also use gears, but I feel like I'm doing pretty good on wood. One might say the wood is good, if one was inclined. Just because we claimed and took that city you so rudely sieged down doesn't mean you shouldn't trade with us. No, no, no. That was the Incans. They hate my guts. Yeah, they hate my guts. It's the Assyrians I want to make friends with. You still don't have enough food to grow, but here's a grain store and now you do. You've built yourself another blacksmith. And guess what? You're going to build yourself another blacksmith. Boy, I'm going to have some crazy, crazy iron production by the end of this game. Might take me a while till I really get there, but... let's see. These guys have pretty good food land. This is kind of all my farmland here together. If I take this, I'm just building more farms. Which isn't the worst idea, but also... not wild about it. I'm going to take this guy and I'm just going to leave him open right now. That feels like the right choice for me. We got to get some crafters or something up here. This is starting to feel criminal. So I like basically nowhere worthwhile putting these guys. We'll get some additional harvest goods, but okay, you've also grown. I need materials. This is a triple material 4 slot. This is a triple material 4 slot that also gets me double cash. For sure, getting more of these mandrakes would be valuable. As is that docks production. Enough for an Iron Throne? Hey, research proposal with the Abbasids. I'm going to try for an alliance. England doesn't want to open borders. City tiers increased. There's Boozahal for us. Malt and other stuff. The materials production is really starting to come up. Being able to found a religion with the Cologne Cathedral could be extremely nice. So I just said that this city sucks because it has absolutely no crafting buildings. Except for one weird ceramic shop. That I'd like to get rid of and probably build a farm in its place. We could throw garments in the city in the meantime. Replacing this with metal pots would be a net benefit. And I don't know that I need the basket here anymore. Could go with sandals. Better growth, but lower taxes. Brewery. Nation limit 1 of 3. How do I already have a brewery? I just researched that. How do I already have a brewery? I just researched it and I'm the only one in this tech age out of the people nearby. Very confusing. I could build a docks in this city, but I'd have to build it in the capital. Ooh, I'm going to struggle with that. We'll probably have to get rid of that workshop if that's the case. I could just build an altar. Grocer, I think we're only allowed one of these per... Oh, they changed groceries, so now you can actually build one per city instead of one per nation. Boosts the harvest production of all farms in its region and causes these farms to provide a happiness bonus. Also provides a small health bonus on its own and is used in crafting. Okay, so real talk, we're getting rid of this then. You're producing basically all of that at the moment. God damn. All right, we're going to have to build ceramic shops. Probably 4 ceramic shops. These guys have accepted my alliance proposal, but they won't trade with me. Absolute rats. Everyone. Everyone is a rat. I hope they all burn in hell. Brewers waiting there for you to research the text so they can get started immediately. Fermenting Pit is a brewery. That's why. Do I have that much grain? Yeah, apparently I do. I have to think about that. We're gonna have to think about that. Excuse me. Can I think about that? I really don't want to be at war right now. Maybe I'd feel different if they accepted my trade agreement. And I have this beautiful 5-slot province here to build whatever thing I want. For example, 3 bakeries and a mill? Or maybe even 4 bakeries? I don't even know that I need mills. I've had this inn forever and I've not built it. In fact, I think I even have pub already unlocked. Though I need glass to build it. I feel so stuck and still trying to build the most basic stuff. Did we ever build a water well? We didn't. I'm willing to stick one in there. Just a little bit extra. Act 1 ends in 6 turns. Perfect.
Their leader, Ram Kamheng, desires for the world to witness the artistic talents of his people. He proposes that your merchants fill their stores with Thailand's most exquisite ceramics.
I'm willing to do this. We don't have a lot of allies on the map right now. So making friends with literally anybody is potentially quite beneficial to us. Four turns, we can try that. How are we doing on the standings right now? Yeah, we're Oh, we're plenty good. Genghis Khan, Caesar, and Venezuela. Ooh, so this is going to be a real scramble for this territory then. Urge to drink more stronger than standardized deck to drink. Here's the 411. Say no one wants to trade with you. You got to hit him with a little one of these. Would you be interested in a trade agreement with England? But I'm not England. I would be interested in a trade agreement with England. That would be super, honestly. I'd be all about it. All these farms, none of them making food. Where the food at here? There's a bit of food here. Grain dwellings and a workshop. And there could be food here. Workshop. I guess this is where the food at. Yeah, we need to make... What happened to that mill I was building? I'm just building it in the slowest city I possibly could. I'd really like that good. So what happened here? You made... You are making ceramic pots. Which means I can get rid of this one. And I can build a grocer there. And then I can keep building more ceramic pot locations there. I'm out of money at the moment. I was planning to build some sort of trade province down here. I do remember that. I'm hurting a little bit on food, but not terribly. I'd actually throw a festival in here just to help out growth. Why don't we build you the inn? Generates wealth and commerce for each commerce and cultural improvement in its region. Yes. An inn down here would be really nice. And what slot? Let's make it a seaside inn. These guys are idle. That's 3 metal ingots a turn, but I do have like 100 metal ingots right now. Start making some pots. We got 4 turns till the act ends. Abyss. What am I making here? He's got absolutely no good goddamn clue. I could start upgrading. Alternatively, I could take this 5 slot and start building something into it. We don't have bakers. I don't have bakers anywhere. I might as well put them in there. You have built another blacksmith. Copper. Iron. 1.7 metal per turn. So I'm curious, if I was to put something like another blacksmith would give me 25% craft production of blacksmiths in this upgrade in their region. I already have 100% in there. Versus if I was to put in something like, say, a mill, this would give me 10 bonus craft production at industry improvement. Workshop just helps me build industry improvements. $54. Base value is 0. Every blacksmith is adding 7. And I'm talking about adding 10 to all of them. I guess the other question is, am I producing enough of this to even harvest another blacksmith? I'm not, so a mill makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. There's a bunch of fish here to get. We've unlocked our mill. Wheels, ceramic pots, some ropes. Mills also make the grain store, so they're probably better. I could probably just replace all the granaries with mills. Unfortunately, I can't do it as a direct upgrade, but... I could start using trade goods to make soap. That seems really expensive. Or to make paper. I mean, I feel like I might as well just turn that on infinite soap right now. I'm not going to have enough to do both of these, so why don't we just make this guy the soap guy? It's 1 soap every 2 turns. We can start getting soap everywhere. Ooh, who's up here? Is that Cherokee Nation again? Wow. Clever. Thailand. Are you my next alliance? Perhaps? Can I make friends? Better be getting those really fancy bathroom soaps. It's going to have the little like exfoliating beads, some fine lavender oils. Illuminated manuscripts. How are we doing here? 88 materials. God, I cannot keep my materials up to save my life. Cemeteries are religious and give a city happiness. That's actually pretty good. Monasteries allow for crafting beer, paper, and dried food. What a weird mix. Artisan studios let us start making things like drums, decorative paintings, sculptures. I think that's what we want. We got an alliance with Thailand. If only we could get a trade route to them. See if the Aztecs want to hang out. Two turns on that.
Tribal healer arrives at your palace and is granted an...
Where are these guys? These guys are down south. Two relationships should be enough to absorb them, and I have candles. Looks like they're maybe being sieged too, so if I can absorb them right away. The group I absorbed here got devoured by Nottingham, but they ain't gonna last much longer. Our first bakery is up and running. What do I make, though? Probably preserved food. Ooh, golly. Six. Wow. All right. Put another bakery in. You guys actually have room to keep growing. Yeah, you might as well grab this. Might as well. How are we doing on grain? 7.7 for 5. All right. Could be better, could be worse. What do I need to specialize in here more? That is literally a concrete per turn, so I'm just going to turn these guys on forever. And give them the old 1.2. Why not? These guys in the meantime are going to get a grocery in that province. We're making friends everywhere. Thailand is at war with Assyrian Empire. No, I'm not going to agree to that war. Only one of you can possibly give me a trade route. So we're going to have to pick favorites. Act transition is this turn. Come on. You know you want to give me trade routes. We're allied. I just decided not to go to war with you. Be a good papa. Be a good papa and let me in. I can only have 3 breweries in the entire nation, hey? That kind of leads me to believe I should stack them all together. Being said, what am I even brewing? I don't have access to most of the things required. What I could do is... I was going to say make another inn, but I actually don't even have the bloody materials for it. Materials. You truly are my biggest issue. I don't like that. That's a good food province. But I'm clearly not using it for food right now, so... Alright, you need to start farming materials. So much that I would pay for it, but I'm too broke for that. What happened to my cute little inn on the sea that makes gourmet meals for me? It has no bread. Okay. Well, all that meat and nowhere to put it. No alliance with Inca. But okay. End of the act, turn 160.
You have survived into Act 2.
We made it through.
Industry, you are in Tier 3.
Because we're crafting so much. That's really funny because actually Zulu is really bad at crafting. That's one of his penalties. We're pretty happy as well. The Mongols, Italy, Venezuela, Ethiopia, and United States all gone. I suppose also the Byzantines must have been on this list somewhere, but perhaps they were already lost to time because I wiped them out. We've got 5,800 in the top score. The Cherokee's slightly under that. England not too far off either. Not seeing a lot of our allies on here, which is not great. Aztecs, Spain, Incans. Spain might be a threat to us, but probably we can just let her get wiped out. Same with Russia. If we can't tide over England, England might become our biggest threat. They share a huge border with us.
Your revolutionary tactics, both on and off the field of battle, paired with your implacable determination, have given the Zulu a home in the world, a prominent place from which to expand your reign.
Hell of a place.
Your courage has been the cornerstone of your people's strength and lasting unity. Tenacity will be your greatest ally as you shape the future of the Zulu people.
Can I get a trade agreement with Tenacity? Because I'd really like it. I have so many merchants. I have a crazy amount of merchants. We got 3 from that lighthouse. We got a bunch of other lighthouses around. Oh, all the tribes also fall in Act 2. I didn't know that. That's news to me, baby. Well, all these scouts are going to scoop up. I don't know what happened to our scout. Is that you? That's you. They're a billion light years away. I'm just going to turn them back on auto explore. They're never going to get here in time. So, say levy. Say levy. There's lots of good materials around. There's cows for me here, and there's limestone here. It's going to be a little tricky to get in there, but I'm going to have to fight England for it. England is my entire western border. If we don't find a way to make an alliance with England, it's going to cost us majorly in the end game. These guys have been easier to fight because I can just channel all my people down one way and then wait for their boats. But England could attack me from 3 or 4 different sides there all at once. It'd be really messy. At least Siam is a friend fairly high up. That's true. That's true. We're not too bad, honestly. We have a really good chunk. This pivot into fixing up our economy and getting things going has been really nice. We'll pick up some extra corn down here. The Mongols had nothing. There's no good resources down here, but it's still good territory, and I don't think anyone can settle it. So we will continue to blob this entire section of the map, and then it's going to be just on whether or not we can outpace everybody else. We are currently below the act transition. We're at the beginning of the act, but we're only like 200 points off. That's a single triumph. We'll get up there in no time. But we'll have to get up there in the next one, because that's all the time we got for today. That's it, folks. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back with more Era History Untold on later this week, I do believe. So tune back in and let's see how Act 2 turns out.